You can't use it one-handed when you're trying to get that top bush and you want to get that extra. As soon as you take that hand off, it's shutting down. The charge time was supposed to be for 3, but even with an hour, I did all that work and it just ran fine.
How's it going? Barnaby here. So you want to know more about the Works 20-inch cordless hedge trimmer? It's a 20-volt lithium-ion battery system to it. As far as the aperture of cut right here, and I did that move because there is no battery there. Barnaby ain't no fool. It will cut to about 9/16 of an inch. Okay, so you can get some pretty significant twigs in there on your hedge, and it'll cut. Or will it? We'll talk to Nate about that. It also has what they call Italian design, which I'm imagining is just kind of a lighter, sleeker feel to it. They say it weighs in at a little less than 9 pounds, and it has an oppositional blade configuration, so it vibrates less. But again, does it? We're going to talk to Nate about that, because you've used it for a bit on your yard, and so we're going to talk to you about the performance, the design, the quality, the value, and what a man wears when he's using an Italian design hedge trimmer.
Fancy loafers.
There you go. Okay, so what do you do in life?
Pizza manager, and just got my first house last year, and my bushes were out of control.
Well, how many bushes do you have?
I'd say I trimmed probably about 3 or 4 in the backyard, and 1 big one in the front yard, 1 evergreen bush, and 1 on the side too. So
yeah, the biggest thing with hedge trimming, I think, is knowing when to stop. Because the bushes can get real small.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so how did it work for you?
It was good. It got through, you know, the lighter bushes. Once you got to a little heavier, especially the evergreen bush, I mean, you're getting into branches about the size of like a Sharpie marker. It would catch a little bit. It got through them eventually, but you could definitely feel it catching.
Yeah, well, they all do. It's kind of like it gnaws through them, right? Yeah. Here's a tip for you. Next time, just go out and use a pruner for the big ones, right? Okay, and so as far as just getting through it, you had enough battery life to do those bushes?
Yes, charged it for about an hour. I think the charge time was supposed to be for 3, but even with an hour, I did all that work and it just ran fine.
Yeah, and it's a lithium-ion 20V max, so I guess you can just charge it a little bit and you're not going to hurt the battery. It's not like NiCad where you got to drain it and then power it up full. Okay, so it did a pretty good job in the backyard.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about design because, you know, obviously you have to hold a hedge trimmer with 2 hands, and I guess they've kind of capitalized on that by putting the safety trigger up here.
Yep.
Is that a convenience or a detraction?
Obviously great for safety.
Right.
You can't use it one-handed, but that's another problem. You can't use it one-handed when you're trying to get that top bush and you want to get that extra. As soon as you take that hand off, it's shutting down.
Right.
So good for safety. Not good for that last top bush.
Yeah, I know, it's quite a trade-off, you know?
Yeah, but you know it's not turning on if you just carrying it one hand or something, you know. You're not going to accidentally turn it on unless you've got both hands on it.
Well, and especially if you have kids, because, man, that is just, I've got a 9-year-old, and when they start going, it's like everybody stand back. Okay, while we're talking about this, it's got that oppositional cut. It's both blades are moving. What did that do for you?
It keeps it so it doesn't vibrate much. I'll pop the battery in real quick.
Okay, and I'll stand back. Apparently I've got a phobia.
But,
yeah.
It's in control. It's not going to jump out of your hands and shake too much, so.
Okay, and how about the weight of it?
The weight's good. It's not lugging down on you. It's not like it's 40 pounds or anything like that, but, you know, it's solid.
Right. Well, you know, and this, a lot of people would look at that and go, well, that's going to get lost somewhere. Is this a necessary component?
It is for the wall mount. Slides right on, and then this slides right down and it catches on these little...
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, so again, it just protects...
Good storage.
Yeah. Okay, and battery comes with 1?
Yep, just 1 battery.
Okay. But that's not a big thing, because, I mean, we're not living in a, you know, a British maze, right, where you have to go trimming all the big things endlessly. Okay, so then let's talk about quality. I know you've only used it for a bit, but, you know, you can get a sense of how things are going to go, the sound of the motor, the feel of it, if anything's kind of loose. What do you think?
Quality, I think it's pretty good. I've used a few hedge trimmers in the past, a little bit smaller than this, but this one with the battery and everything, it seems like it's going to last, and it's not going to, you know, just die on you pretty soon. Obviously, you know, just being a homeowner and not a landscaper, you know, how many times I'm going to use it a year, you know, a few.
Right. Oh, so the neighbors are going to be barred.
Oh, yes, with the Italian design, obviously.
Yeah, right. That is a funny little sticker there. To be interesting to know exactly what makes that an Italian design. But lastly, let's just talk about the value proposition. Would you buy this if, you know, you wanted a hedge trimmer? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I mean, definitely something I would purchase and tell other people to purchase if they're just looking for, you know, a nice lightweight, something to do around the house. It does the job. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, that's the value of toolselect.com. Real stats from real people to make it real easy to figure out which tool is right for you.